Okay, sitting in my backyard, so dang tired of sitting at my desk. I've been sitting at my desk for like 10 hours today, can't even tell you. So needed to have a change of scenery. I am just gonna give it to you straight. This is what you need to understand before you get into life insurance as a full-time career. And this is what I wish I watched before I got into it, because I didn't know what I was getting into. And now hopefully you will before you decide if this is for you. Everyone talks about the perks of being in remote sales or in the life insurance industry. And it's not to say there aren't beautiful things and amazing things that come with it, but none of that good stuff ever came from not working your ass off. This is a grind. This is not gonna be like a 9-to-5 job. You are going to be working even more than a 9-to-5 job. I don't know about you, but I would much rather be working endless hours for myself to scale myself, knowing that that grind is temporary and it's going to level out and I'm going to build something for myself than working a 9-to-5 with capped earnings for somebody else's dream. Just saying. So 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, I got into the space and I had no fucking clue what I was getting into. It is a full-time gig, and it is more than full-time. You are going to be working more than 40 hours a week if you want to see success in this business. If you want to work on your personal production, you need to dial, you need to have a high level of volume, and you need to be willing to put in the time. It might look like 8 to 12 hour days. It might look like Monday through Saturday. It might look like nothing you've seen before. So you need to know that going into it. And that's not to scare you. That's just to set expectations. If you want to be successful, you have to start there. Now, that doesn't mean it's always gonna be like that. There's different levels to this business. But when you get into this, you own your own business. So you need to treat it that way. You are an entrepreneur. You never stop working. And that's just the nature of it. Another great thing is the freedom, okay? You have full autonomy, you have freedom, you're your own boss, you can work remote, you have endless opportunities and all the things, but also that's a blessing and a curse. Are you able to hold yourself accountable? Are you disciplined? Are you good at holding yourself to a routine? It is so necessary. You need to stick to routines. You need to find systems. You need to find organization to hold you on track. I see so many people get into this and they're so obsessed with the freedom, and the freedom is what pushes them out of the business because they are not holding themselves accountable. They're not staying disciplined enough to grow and to scale. This is also not the industry for any of you that are adverse to risk. If you don't have any risk tolerance, if you don't believe in yourself, if you doubt yourself, maybe you need to do some work on that before getting into this space. This is going to push you out of your comfort zone. You need to have a tolerance to risk. That might mean investing in leads before you have the money. That might mean if you don't have money saved up to get into this business, which you absolutely should, but if you believe in yourself and you know you're gonna get an ROI because you chose the right mentor and you're putting the damn work in, then maybe it's taking out a loan, maybe it's taking out a credit card and front loading the investment and knowing you're gonna get a return on it. Either way, you need to have an immense belief in yourself and you need to know that you inevitably will get the results that you put the work in for. If you are fearful, if you have low risk tolerance, this may not be the industry for you. Actually, this isn't the industry for you. Another thing is you are going to make a lot of money. If you are good at this, if you put in the time, if you do the work, if you remove the option of quitting off the table, you are going to make a lot of money. And you also are going to have the opportunity to help other people make a lot of money. So you need to have discipline with budgeting, you need to be good with money, and you need to be organized with pouring back into your business and knowing where to put the money that you earn into your business and then some, okay? So you need to have structure with that. You need to have the ability to properly manage finances in this business. I'm not gonna go into chargebacks and all of that, but just know you're gonna make a lot of money. You need to be able to handle a lot of money. You need to know how much money to keep in your business and help it scale and grow. And you need to know how to manage your money with the industry that we're in. Another thing that I wish I knew getting into this, if you are in a serious relationship, you need to have a very honest conversation about the industry you're getting into and the time commitment it's gonna take. And you need to have a conversation of how that's going to look moving forward. When I started this, I had no idea how much time this was going to take, and it did take away from my relationship. There needs to be an intentional conversation of what it's going to take for you to be successful in this and how you're going to manage your relationship outside of building your own business in this space. Because like I said, it's long hours. You're answering client calls all the time. Your whole life becomes about this in order to scale and grow if you want it to. So you need to have that intentional conversation with your partner. So please learn from me. Be willing to pivot, be honest, have those conversations. My wife and I had check-in conversations every Sunday of how are we doing? What do we need to pour into our relationship? How do we make this work with the time commitment that we both have, especially me in this business? Another amazing thing about this industry is the an opportunity to grow a team, to empower women. That's what I'm doing, to empower other people. Hopefully it's women watching this video and you're learning about if this is the space for you. It's an opportunity that I have been so just grateful to have, to interact with other women, to empower other women, to watch other women become financially fluent, financially independent, to grow their own businesses. There's a huge responsibility with that, but that's also the excitement I have that I worked really hard for in the first 2.5 to 3 years of my business to get to the point where I have the proven level of high level production to lead a team and to get other women to where I'm at and hopefully even beyond that. That's the whole point, right? It's been especially important to me as a queer woman to learn about how I want to run my business for myself and for other women in a safe space. I am so excited to continue to expand and grow and create safe spaces for the queer community and for women to earn money, to build businesses, to build wealth, to build influence, and the opportunity of uncapped potential. This industry has brought so many more opportunities that I could have ever imagined, but knowing what you're getting into is super important and remembering your why. If I didn't remember my why, there were some times I could have wavered. It's really hard to stay level-headed when shit is hard. It's gonna be a really hard thing. You get to choose your hard, right? Whether you're in a 9 to 5 working for somebody else's dream or in this industry working for yourself, it's inevitably going to be hard. But the benefits, what you get out of it, the uncapped potential of your growth as a person, financially, in your leadership, in learning about yourself and the nervous system work that goes into being an entrepreneur and being in a space where some days you're like, this is amazing, and other days you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? But you do it anyways. So if you're tenacious, if you believe in yourself, if you know when you take risks, you're gonna create outcomes for yourself, if you're determined, you're a hard worker and you have a vision and you can lead and you're coachable, this industry is literally waiting for somebody like you.